Hey guys, it's me. I know I've been gone, but I've been pretty busy so far. I'm making a game on Recroom, which is like this adventure game. It's pretty cool. I've been working on it with my friend Righteous Fly. You may know him from a few other videos that I did, including the Pavlov video, which was my last video. But I'm hoping that I can get back into YouTube and be more consistent. So, what I'm going to do now is a devlog of me making this game, which is you exploring this house in the woods, going to a facility, and that facility takes you on an adventure. Now, I won't spoil everything because if you want, you could play the game for yourself when it's finished. I don't know when I'm going to finish this game, so without further ado, let's get straight into this devlog. Alright, so here's our friend right here, the bear. Now, he is going to be the main antagonist of this little section here. So I've made this building called Mercury Lab. This is the little laboratory where you first start off at. This is like the first big area that you enter. Then after that, you're on this roof here, and your main goal is to defeat this bear. Now, where this bear came from is that he was inside of an animal testing room, inside of these laboratories, which was on this floor right here. And what you did is you put him in a machine, and it grew him, and it spat him outside the building. And now he's humongous, and you're gonna have to do an epic boss battle against him. I'm not the best with gadgets and CV2 and all that other stuff, but I'm gonna give it my best shot, and I'm gonna try to make this as cool as I can. So far, what I've done is that if you fall off the building, it's supposed to take you to the death room, so it makes you look, it makes it look like you just fell off the building. So if I hook this up right here, and I go all the way. Oh, if you're wondering why I'm climbing, I have joystick drift, so every time that I try to walk around the area, I keep drifting off. See, look, I'm not touching my controller. Very annoying. Anyway, jump off, fall, hit the ground, and you're in the death room. Now, this is the little spawn cube that is like the spawn point to take you to. So what this little bit of code right here does is that when you enter the trigger volume, it adds a roll, gives you the dead roll, and then, wait, I think it's right here. This is the dead roll, and then this is the little fog thing that I added, so that when you hit the ground, it makes it so that you can't see anything, and then it fades out once you go into the death room. So these are all the settings. I have the color on black. Start distance 0, fade distance 0. Priorities 1, because I already have another fog chip up there, so this needs to overpower that one. So I have to set this to 1. And the blend in time is 0. So as soon as you hit this trigger volume, your screen goes dark. And then when you get teleported, hold on, wait, let me deselect. So after you get the ad roll, it plays the sound effect, so like you're hitting the ground. Not yet. So it goes up here into the delay. So you're 2 seconds on the ground, and then after the delay, sets your position into the death room. And then it's gonna take you as the target, and the position is this spawn cube that I have over here. Now, with this spawn cube, I gave it a tag called spawn, and I just made it an invisible barrier so people can't see it. Look, okay, right here. Spawn is one of the tags. And I made it so that you can't collide with objects, and you can't interact with it. So it's basically like a it's a waypoint, basically waypoint. So delay, after the delay, it's gonna remove the tag, and once it removes this tag, then it will remove the fog effect. Now, what I did with this fog chip is that I made it exclusive to the dead roll. So as soon as you get this roll right here, you get the dead roll, it does the effect, your vision goes dark, plays the sound effect, waits a few seconds, sets your position, waits 1 second, and then it will take you out of the dead roll, and it will fade out. So I'm going to play this thing one more time. I'm going to fall off the building, and I'll show you again. Here we go. Jump off, you're falling, you hit the ground, and then you go here, and it fades out, just like that. Now, when you're in the game, you won't see all this gadgets and stuff. So I'll do it one more time without the gadget so you can see what it really looks like. All right, we're at the building. Jump. You're falling. Hit the ground. I can't see anything. And we're here. The next thing I added was a spectating area. So if you're playing a multiplayer, which this game is, yes, it's multiplayer. I have a state machine here switching between these two states. These two states are changing this variable up here to 0 to 1, I think. Yes, 0 to 1. This one is set to 1. This one's set to 0. And it stays in the states 2 seconds. So it displays each message for 2 seconds long. Now, after that, it takes the input from here, puts it here, and this little pin right here next to the sign is called a text selector. Now, if I were to click on the sign right here, you would see message 0 is you are dead. So you are dead. And then message 1 is wait for your squad, which is your teammate. So it's going to toggle between the you are dead and the wait for your squad. And there's a little door right here. And this door will take you to the previous level so that if everyone is dead, then everyone can just go back to the other level. And they'll have to restart that. So let's go over to the spectator. Alright, so what's going on here? Let me show you first. So what happens is that let me turn off gadgets. Press this button and you're in the spectate room. Now you can see, I know you can see the border walls. I don't know how to fix that, but I'm just gonna have to deal with it now. You can see the tower, you can see the bear. That's really all you need to see when you're spectating. So I'll press this button to go back, and you're back. Alright, now let's review this. So, first of all, this is the button. So this is some CV2 stuff right here. So let me turn on show components. So if I were to make no, I'm not gonna. So we got our CV2 button. Has this little thing on top of it, which is the little control panel for the button. Alright, so you click on the circuit board here. And then attachment mode up here, set to follow. So when it's set to follow, if I move the button, this little thing on the top moves too. And if I set it to detached, it will not follow the button. So that's a cool little thing to do to make your code more organized. Let me delete this button. Alright, let's review what is going on here. So first, you press the button, and it gives you the role spectate. Now the spectate role is what makes your vision all foggy. So you can't see the whole map, but you can see some of the stuff that I only wanted the player to see. So you keep that enabled, and then if you get the role, it will turn it on. I mean, it will give it to you, and then what happens after this, it sets your position to that little area up there, and then that's it. And then if there's another button, I don't know if you saw that from before, I'll go back up to show you again. Okay, so this button right here is the button that sends you back. Let's press this button. This removes the role, and it sets you back. So it basically does the same thing as this one, but it removes the role, and it sets you back. Now, this Recroom object get first with tag just gets the little block I placed. So if I press this little block right here is the little spawn point for the spectate area. So turns off all collisions, all that other stuff. I have this spectate tag. Go over here, press this button, takes you back. So that's what that does. So it gets the object, and then it gets the position of the object, and then it sets the position of the player to the position of the object. That's about it. And then on room reset, removes the player role just in case. And that's everything for the death room. Now, we are on to the new content where I will be building stuff. So let's get to building. Okay, just a quick note. Here's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to add the spawn point so that when the player first loads into the game, I'm going to start the game, and then this bear is going to be slowly approaching the building. So if you come over here, you can't see him. But if you walk a little bit closer, he slowly appears into visibility. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to move him, and then he's going to come closer and closer until you can see his whole face. and then he's gonna start like doing stuff to the building and destroying it. And another spoiler that I have here for the map is that there are other monsters that I have, and I'm gonna make them appear for this boss battle. Now, what I'm planning to do is separate this story that I made into like chapters, kinda. Like if you ever seen Bendy and the Ink Machine on Poppy Playtime, they're separated into chapters. And what I'm going to do is that this is going to be the first chapter, and then after this boss battle, you're going to go into the second chapter, and then so on and so forth. So right now, what I need to do, alright, so we got to give this bear an animation, and the first thing that we have to do is separate all his body parts, because if we don't do that, then we won't be able to make him move around and do cool stuff like that. Okay, so we go up here to the teddy, and we're gonna take an animation gizmo. Get an animation gizmo. So I'm actually gonna make it big so I can see it better. There we go. Okay. Select every part. Click the connect tool and wire it up to this yellow pin up here. It says object added to animation. Okay. Next thing we have to do is, so this first frame right here is the starting thing. So we're just gonna press add, and now we're on the first, no, the 0 1 is the one where nothing happens. And then the first frame right here is the one where we want him to move. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna move him forward. Actually, wait, I forgot one more important thing. I just remembered right now. What we need to do is set the pivot point. So you see how this little dot right here, this is the pivot. This is where this object is gonna rotate around, because if I go on my maker pen over here and I go on rotate around pivot, so it's gonna rotate around this little block right here. So if I rotate his arm, it's gonna rotate around that. So, okay, so center pivot. Then we gotta look for the pivot. It should be right in the middle. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. And then I'm gonna move his arm right there. So it's gonna rotate around this little joint that I have for him. And we're gonna press done. We're gonna move it. Oh no, we don't want to move it like that. All right, so we have all of our pivots set up. If I'm correct, I think we have to link them up again. Ooh, nope. Okay. So let's link them up. Let's go in the animation. Okay. First frame. All I'm gonna do is just move him a little bit forward towards the building. So I want him to, actually, you know, let me move him all the way towards where I want him to be. Stomach almost touching the building. And then what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna make it longer by using this time button right here. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna set the frame time. Oh wait, I gotta increase my size. Set the frame time to like 4 seconds. No, 4's too long. Let's do 3. So now this frame is at 3 seconds and the start frame is at 0. So what it's going to do is that it's going to slowly come forward and add another action. Let me animate this. So let's make a walking animation on this bear right now. Turn off don't rotate while moving. And I'm going to use the move tool. This arm's going to swing forward. Oh, my hand. Come back. There we go. Okay. Move this there. Come back here. Move this one back. And now we're going to move this leg like this. Move this leg like this. Now when you're animating, it doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it looks somewhat decent. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, I'm going to change that. Let's make it so that when he starts, his legs are in the opposite position, so it looks like he was still walking. I don't want his legs to be inside the building. Okay. So that foot is forward. We're just gonna move back like so. And we're gonna move this one forward like that, and make sure they're not clipping into each other. Now we're gonna move this arm back, and we're gonna move this other arm forward, and that should be the animation ready to go. Okay. So actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the arms stand still. Let's see if that looks better, because I don't think he's just gonna walk into the building like that. Let's wait. Okay, let's see what that looks like from this perspective. Okay, he's coming closer. Okay, that looks good to me. So he's close now. So that beginning animation, now we're gonna add a frame. Okay, so you see how there's a bigger space between the 0 and the 3? That's because I set this frame time to 3 seconds instead of 1 second, because every 1 second has like a little gap right here. I mean the little line. Every time you add a keyframe, it adds this little line right here. And I extended the time of this keyframe to make him walk slower, just like that. So actually what I'm going to do is use these little in and out tools over here. So I'm going to make it ease in. Actually, no, not in. Ease out. And then ease in. So let's see what that looks like. So he's going to go slow, then he's going to speed up, and then he's going to slowly stop. Instead of it just being the same speed, and then he just stops right there. So next thing I want him to do, maybe we can get a little bit of head movement. Because right now he's kind of just walking and his head is just staring in the same spot. So let's maybe move his head to like the left. And then when he's over here, move it to the right. Let's check out how that looks. Okay. So that looks good to me. So this next frame right here is kind of going to be a resetting frame, so that he'll be in his default position. Okay, good enough. All right. So everything is working out. So he comes close, stops, adjusts his head, and what I'm gonna do is that he's gonna punch the building, and a piece of the building is just gonna rip out, and he's gonna throw it at the. Actually, let's not make it too big. So our next thing we have to do is make it so that a piece of a building is already able to be removed. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna edit this building, edit it, and let's say I want him to grab like a corner piece of the building. So let's move this wall up to where I want it to be removed at. Now let's move it down. I want this chunk right here. Now let's do this side. Right up. There we go. All right, right there. Now I want this little chunk right here, including these windows, maybe these two right here, to be removed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these two and I'm gonna split them. And then I'm gonna take this window, edit it, and then split these two right here. Actually, I need to select the whole thing. So split those two windows. Oh, another thing I forgot to do is decrease the width of this, like there maybe. And then this one too. So like that. There we go. This is the piece he's gonna grab and he's gonna rip it and then he's gonna throw it. Now on this floor, there was a monster that I added who got stuck in the floor because the floor collapsed on him and he's stuck in the ground. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the bear grab this piece, and what he's also gonna do is he's gonna bring that other monster with him, and he's gonna take it and he's gonna throw it, and then the other monster is just gonna go and patrol this area over here, maybe go on like a few patterns around here, and he's just gonna keep moving around. He won't follow the players because actually I could make him do how much ink do I have way more than enough. Okay, so I think I should make it so that he's just gonna follow the player, the closest player to him, and he's just gonna move around. He's gonna try to catch you, and you're gonna have to dodge things while this bear is still throwing stuff at you. So let's go over here. Let's merge these shapes so that they're one shape. Let's add it to our animation. There we go. Okay, I just had to select the pivot here because the pivot was like all the way over there for some reason. Anyway, so this is in our animation now. This is gonna stay here. Now let's fix up the building. The building is all dismantled right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these, take all the ones that are not getting destroyed, I'm gonna merge them together. I'm gonna take this back part, merge it with those, and this little part right here is the only part that's not getting cut out. Okay, now we're gonna animate. Okay, wait, I'll be right back. I need to get the model of the monster and then we'll continue this. Alright, I got the monster. So we have the monster now. So let's place him right, hold on. Okay, this is him. He's just a bunch of blocks, circle man, his eyes spin. Pretty cool stuff. Place him right here. Okay, let's make him go in a standing position. So I think I already separated. Yep, I did. Okay, so he's ready to animate. I've already animated him, so it shouldn't be that hard to just make him stand up for now. There we go. He's gonna have his leg a little bit. He seems to be high up. Oh crap! There we go. Okay. Turn up my snapping. Okay, he's standing. Let's make his head straight. So what is gonna happen here is that he's gonna get grabbed, and then he's going to, okay, he's gonna get grabbed, then he's gonna get launched on top of the building, and then he's gonna start chasing. Okay. So let's move him in like a grabbing downward position. So he's still on the floor, dead. No, not dead, just unconscious. Can he be unconscious? Sure. Okay. So we're gonna take all this. I don't think we need to select those. No. I'm gonna take him. Add them to our animation over here. Okay, objects added. Perfect. Now, I'm not gonna animate him yet. Actually, yes, I am. I'll leave the harder stuff for next video because I don't know how long this video has been. Probably like 30 minutes. Let's see. So his eyes are spinning, as you can see. Let's just make him go on the roof. And then from that position, when he's on the roof over here, then he's going to start walking around and chasing people. He's going to jump on here, do a backflip, jump off the building, whatever. Okay. Let's get animating. Okay. So I'm going to take this bear. I'm going to make him aggressively grab the building. Building's right here, not down there. So he's gonna grab this. Arm is not attached to his body. Grab that. Move his head down. Okay, so when this happens, I should add a very big explosion noise. So he grabs it. Next frame, let's just select everything, including our man. Oh, I thought he disappeared. Including our main man, the legend. Not his body. We're just gonna move it. Whoa, 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 no. Yes. So he ripped it off. We got our boy, our man right here. Now after that, he's gonna make his head move up, so it looks like he's gonna. Okay, let's watch that back. You should make his other arm raise up too to add dramatic. Oh, he's one chubby man. This is gonna be scary as hell. Okay, so all you're gonna see is this. He's gonna rip it, and then he's gonna throw it, and then the guy is gonna land right on that spawn point. So if anyone's at spawn, they're dead. Next frame, he's gonna be throwing this bad boy. Oh, we don't want to rotate his arm like that. We just want to move it like so. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna throw it into space. It's gonna go right there for now. And this guy is going to be, oh wait, I need to select. Take him. He's gonna be all the way up here, like this. Next frame, gonna be shooting towards the ground. Gonna hit the floor. Bam, he's on the floor. Whoa, shoot, okay. So he throws it. I don't think there's enough emphasis on his arm doing the throwing. Yeah, we need to make it look like he actually threw that thing. Oh, now it looks like he's dabbing. Let me just let me just move his arm downward like so. Okay, he's gonna throw it. Shoo! Okay, let's copy the first frame where he's ideal. Make sure we're copying him and not everything else. And nothing else is messed up here. Copy. Okay, buildings in the air. Monsters on the floor. Okay. Building gets thrown. Building is still in air. Move the building to the floor. Make an arc. And the building goes right there. So this man's on the floor. Walk that back. Okay, that looks good to me. Okay, he's here. Next frame, make the bear's head move like this. We're gonna make him get up. Okay, so I think the animation's finished. Let's just rewatch it. Bear comes up, moves his head, moves down, moves up, throws it. He comes down, he gets up, and he's in position. Just what I want. So, one last thing I want to do is add another animation for this bear, which is his ideal animation. And it's just going to be his head bobbing back and forth, watching you getting chased by this man. So, add another animation gizmo. Place it right here. Scale it up. I'm going to make it bigger than this one so I know that it's the ideal one. Now we're going to select every part of this bear. And we're going to add it to this animation too. Okay, and what we're going to do here is we're going to deselect him. Go on this one. So he's just going to be here. And what is going to happen here is that there's only going to be 2 frames. There's only going to be 2 frames. First one is his head going like this. Actually, let me put it here. And there we go. Just gonna be that back and forth. Ease. Watch that. No, we just want it to be linear. There's no need for easing. Okay, let's get rid of this first one. We don't need that. Set this one to 0. Perfect. Okay. So it's just going to be like that. And to make it bob back and forth, all we have to do is exit out of this. Set this one to ping pong. And we're going to make it stop at the end. So ping pong stop at the end. So what was going to happen here is that press play, it's going to go here, here, and stop. But if you have this little pin right here set to on, it will not stop until this is set to 0. So it's just going to keep going like this, back and forth, and that's what his head's going to look like while you're getting chased down. So you're just going to see his giant head bobbing back and forth. And that is all I'm going to do for this episode. Next episode, we're going to go in and make an AI that chases you around the top of the building. And an AI that chases you around the top of the building. And if it catches you, it will kill you and send you... Oh. Okay, we have a problem here. I forgot to set this to physical. No, not physical. Never environmental. There we go. Okay, let's save our game. Make sure everything... Okay, so that's it for this episode. Next episode, AI Robot Man. This is not supposed to happen. Okay. Let's check if his head is. Nope, right there. Okay, problem solved. All right, that is it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next episode, AI, Robot Man, chase you around, kill you. That's it. And thanks for watching.